Hello, good morning, and welcome back to Subbuteo Tabletop Football, where today we're going to have a quick look at this game. So this is the Shufflecards Subbuteo card game. Now, before we go anywhere, I'm just going to say that in the instructions it does say that there is a Shufflecards app which has a quick start video that can tell you probably a much better sort of explanation of how to play the game. But nonetheless, I wanted to go through it myself. I did have a little go of it earlier on this morning, and I thought we'd break this down into a few videos. So the first one is we'll go through what's in the actual box that you get, just in case you decided to play it. And then we'll play the basic game. Obviously, I'll play the sides of both players. And then in another video, we'll talk about the special moves or special rules, because there are additional rules. And then, if my missus is up for it, I might try and get her to play an actual game. So we'll have an actual two-player game. Now, this is a two-player game. And in the pack you get, as you will probably not be surprised at, there are two teams, red and blue. So I'll try and reach around the camera. So you have two sets of cards, blue and red. These are player cards, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a moment. But there's 24 each of those for each team. Now, if we have a look at them, that's goalkeeper one, so we'll put that down there. These are the 24 players cards you have. They all look fairly similar, except you'll notice that the footballs are sort of rolling on and off the card at different areas. Now, that will give you a bit of a clue how it works. If I also tell you that the game has got a bit of a sort of dominoes vibe to it. So you should get an idea of what I'm on about there. Now, red's much the same. They have 24 player cards. You also get, as you just saw then, 3 goalkeeping cards. Again, red has the same, 3 goalkeeping cards. And the only other card in there is this one, which is basically a coin toss card. So we won't use that today, but the idea is to stop any squabbles between the kids or to reduce them. At the start of the game, you throw this card, and then the way it lands up is whoever starts the game. But we don't need to do that, so I will put that away in the little box. There it is. Now, the only other thing you get in the box is a set of instructions. The game sort of set up like that when we get playing, but I'll show you that in a moment. And like I said, there's a sort of base set of rules, and then there's some sort of special moves which get a bit complex. Right, so let's split the cards up. So you've got 2 sets of cards, and then what you do is you shuffle them. So if we shuffle the reds first, these are the player cards, 24 player cards. That's them shuffled. And then we shuffle the blue ones as well. You don't have to shuffle the goalkeepers. You do have to keep them separate. So you give them out to your team, and I'm going to line them up. So the 3, try and get them all on the camera. 3 blue team goalkeeper cards go there. And then likewise on this side, where can we put him? The 3, not 3, 3 goalkeeper cards for the red team go there. Now, each player can look at them whenever they want. Okay? Right. So this is your playing deck of cards. Let's start with the reds. And what you got to do is you got to deal yourself off the top of the... Sorry, I'm getting a line. Off the top of the thing, 4 cards. So that's going to be your sort of playing team for the moment. And then you put your deck of cards back down there. And then you get your 4 playing cards. And you can look at these, but let's just keep them there for now. Now, likewise over here, you've got the blues. So you pick out 4 playing cards. 1, 2, 3. Let's actually put them next to the goalkeeper. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Same with the reds. Those are your playing cards. Now, whoever goes first, obviously, goes first. That's how going first works. So we actually do this. So you could get that, if you want. I was going to do blues first, but you chuck that like that, lands. So it landed on blue, so blue goes first. Now, The idea of the game, like football and Subbuteo, is to score a goal. And once you've scored 3 goals, you are the winner, right? So what you do and how you do that is you pick up your cards. So obviously the other team won't see this. And what you're trying to find is a chain of passes with these images. This is how I say it's quite like dominoes in a way. So, you know, you match up. That's a low ball to that low ball. And then you have a look if you've got a mid ball. Now that's a high one, so that doesn't match to any. But that one's also a low one there. So you've got, that matches that. Now, once you match them up, you put them in front of you. Like that. And then the idea is that, let's give a bit of space for Red to do this. You take turns and you've got to build a chain of 5 players leading up to scoring a goal. Now, what do they actually call us? The actual terminology in here. Terminology is shoot for goals. So that's the phrase. So you've got to build up 5 cards to shoot for goal. Now, you only have 4. So obviously, that means 2 goes. So once you've taken your go, 3 cards down, I've got 1 card left in my hand. I can pick off my deck another 3 cards for the next go. So I'll put them down there. Normally you would hide them, but I'm going to put them there so we can see what's going on. Now meanwhile, red player, reds versus blues. Similar thing, it's his turn now, or her turn now. So he's looking at the cards. Those two match up there. We've got a high one matches up there. That one doesn't match to anything. So likewise, we can put 3 cards down. You see what I mean? We all clear what's going on? So the ball matches there, the ball matches there. And then red player then picks up another 3 cards ready for the next go. Again, you would have them hidden normally, but we're going to show them just for ease. So now it's blue's turn. Now he's having a look and he's trying to score, and he knows you've got to get a run of 5 to score. So let's see. So it's a low ball. Hasn't got any low balls, so he can't go. So basically, he's stuck. He can't do anything. Now, what you can do though, if you're stuck and you can do absolutely nothing at all, rather than having a go, so placing cards, you can substitute some of your players. So if you get 3 of them, like that, up to 3 at any time, you can say, right, I want to sub them. So you put them on the bottom of the pack, pick up 3 new ones, and then add them into the thing. The idea being that these are better cards. Now, as it happens, that hasn't helped him. But that's his go over. You know, he had to go at subbing, because he needs a low ball one there. Meanwhile, over here, looks like the reds are going to, let's see what they've got. So he's looking for a low ball. He's got one, but he hasn't got anything that comes off a low ball. So all he's got is that 1. So you can go there. That matches up. None of these ones, he match up a low ball, so they don't match up. So he picks another card off the pack. Now you can already see he hasn't got one, so he's going to have to do sub at any point for his next go. Right, so let's have a look here. Now we know where blue at. Bit of a sticky situation. He's got no low balls, so he's going to sub again. 1, 2, 3. Now he's picked up them, so we can see next go. He's got this chat. Job done. He's going to fit in. Meanwhile, over here, reds. He needs a low ball as well. Hasn't got any. So he's going to have to sub 3 of his players. 1, 2, 3. Obviously, red doesn't know what blue's about to do. So he's looking at this and going, oh, yeah, great. I've got a low one now and a couple of high ones. Should be able to score next round. Meanwhile, back to blue. Blue. So blue's obviously going to use this low ball figure, and then he's got to find one. He's got one. His only option is, in fact, this one, which goes from the sort of the second level to the second level. Now, so he places his fourth card down, and that's there, and he goes, right, I'm going to shoot for goal. Now, before he places this card down, which is going to effectively be the goal scoring player, let's put that there. Normally, you keep that hidden. He doesn't want Reds to see that, but I'll keep it open so you can see what's going on. Now, Reds has to go for his goalies, and he has to think where this ball is going to go. So he's got three options. Either he can dive that side, save that ball. He's dived that way, but the ball's coming here. Or the ball's coming that side. Or he's got a double where he's blocking two of the balls there. Now, that's a safe bet, I think, going for the middle. So he's going to go for that. He doesn't know what blue's going to do. So then, without either player showing off their cards, they then place that last card. So he goes, blues place that, reds place that. Effectively, the ball is shot through this middle position. Sorry, let's move that up so you can see it. All right, so that's shot through that middle position, and the red goalkeeper has saved it. He has saved the ball. That is a no goal. Right. So that is the very basics of how you try to score. Now, excuse me, got a bit of hay fever today. So if it's no goal, and I'm reading the instructions here, both teams remove all cards that have been played by both players, so them cards in the middle, and they return, obviously the goalkeeper returns to the goalkeeper pile, but all the other cards return to the bottom of their playing deck. So all the blue ones to there, and all the red ones to there. Now, if that had been a goal, imagine to go through that. So this guy, the red, blue had played this card, red had played this card. That ball has gone in. So that is a goal. Now, if it had been a goal, you give the goalie back to the opponent. And then your two players from the bottom of your... Hang on, let me read this. I'm getting ahead of myself. And then you remove the last two of the players from the pass line, put them to the bottom of the pile. So you leave two on there. But play switches to the red team, but you have scored one goal. So you have effectively one goal and three players still running around on the pitch. Yeah? Got that? Got that. Good. So that is the very basics of the Shufflecards Subbuteo game. I'm not going to go on too much to the special rules now because this is already a 13-minute video, which is a little bit long for Shufflecards, and I really need to go and have a cup of tea. So that's that. Like I say, special rules, which I'll talk about in the next part of this in a couple of days, are things like tackling, passing back. Oh, and substitutions is classed as a special rule, but it's fairly essential because, as you've seen there, you can very quickly not reach a situation where you're not matching up these balls. The only other rule that is important at this stage of the game, which happened to me the very first time I played it, coincidentally, as it usually does, is if you pick out your first four cards. So imagine we've started the game again, and you pick out four cards, and they all match up to a pass link. So four of them in a row. You don't have to get to a stage where you've got to play 5 cards to score. If you get 4 in your first hand and they're all passing together, all linked together, you can score from that. And then you can score effectively in the first round before the other teams even have a go. All right? Right. Any questions about that? Write them in the comments and we'll see where we go from there. Very quick run through of the basics of the shuffle card game, Subbuteo shuffle card game. And let's put that on there just in case if you want to see what it's all about. Like I say, the app will probably, the video in the app will probably explain it a bit better. And I think it'd be a lot easier once me and my missus have had a go at this, and then we can show a sort of game in play. All right? All right, sound. Well, until next time, up the gas.